Channel 2S is brought to you by New Type HQ. Get your kits and supplies at the link in the description below. Hello and welcome to Channel 2S everyone, I'm your host Second Soundwave, and after a good long while of not a whole lot to talk about, I think it's finally time for another Gunpla news. Before we get too far into anything else, I mostly just wanted to show you guys the box art for the Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom. It is a very perfect grade style box. This is the kind of artwork they'd expect to see in a PG box. If this didn't say Master Grade Extreme, I would look at this and go, oh yeah, this is clearly a perfect grade. It's got that kind of perfect grade look to it. It's not super standardized. It's kind of very flashy looking, definitely the kind of thing that's going to grab a lot of attention while it's sitting on the shelf. Another one of the things about this box that I feel gives it a lot of that sort of perfect grade look is the fact that it's very much more so like a digital render of the model versus a piece of artwork of the Gundam. This is very clearly based off some sort of 3D model they had of the Strike Freedom, and it's kind of meant to show, hey, this kit's so good looking we don't even need to make artwork for it, we'll just show you how cool the kit is. And I mean, you gotta respect that. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be some F90 mission packs. We just keep on getting these, and it does seem like they really are hellbent on making the entire alphabet as mission packs. It was one of those things that I wasn't really sure if they were going to fully commit to. I wasn't sure if these were really selling well enough to justify it, but clearly they are because they keep on making them. So here we have the C pack and the T pack. These are a pair of packs, one of which is really wacky and fun and crazy, and the other seems, at least to me, to be pretty kind of, I don't want to say standard looking, but I feel like there's so many wacky packs at this point that when I get something like this, it just seems really mundane. So the C pack here with the skis and the poncho is definitely the more interesting of these two. It's a very goofy looking design. He's got literal snow skis. He's got some cold protection around his upper torso. Really goofy design, but also kind of cool at the same time. I feel like if I built this, I might try to see if I could find a different fabric to replace this white section up here with, because I think it doesn't quite look right for this model. It looks okay, but it kind of looks like someone put a napkin and they just kind of draped it over the kit, which kind of, I feel, breaks the scaling of the Gundam a bit, where I feel like something that's made out of cloth and draped over this would be a lot denser and heavier and have a much different fabric look to it than whatever this is. And it could be just really challenging to find a fabric that looks the part for a scale like this, but I'd still probably see if I could find something better than this. The skis look really fun though. I like this design overall a lot. And you can take the skis and you can flip them up on the front of the legs, kind of like how the Avalanche Dash could flip the leg skis down to the back. Really cool design overall. We don't see a lot of like cold climates type Gundams or mobile suits, so it's always cool to see another. There he is in action, looking awesome. This form for the F90 is actually starting to grow on me quite a lot. So here's the Tracer pack. This one is definitely a bit more conventionally Gundam-y, and it looks like it has more like material and substance to it than the Coldness pack, but at the same time, it's also a lot less fun looking than the Coldness pack. I don't think I would display an F90 with this equipment on it. And then another kind of cool thing we're getting from F90 is a full, like, regular P-Band. I say regular P-Bandai release like that means anything. I mean more so this is becoming a product you can buy versus a pack-in bonus for purchasing something else. The Hangar pack for the F90, which is just like a display base that you can use to display your other F90 packs. This was originally released as a order bonus for ordering, I think, like more than $50 worth of F90 kits during a certain period. I guess that went over pretty well and they decided they wanted to make more of them, so now they're releasing them as a 2-pack that you can just straight up buy on its own if you want to stock up on more of these. They seem to be a pretty cool way to display your F91 with all of its option parts. I'm not someone who has an F91 or any of the option sets, and if I did get one, I'd probably only buy 1 or 2 packs just to display on the Gundam, so this isn't something that's really relevant to me, but I still think it's pretty cool. I do also like that they give you the little display plate here on the front so you can show which specific pack is equipped on it right now. It seems it's got a couple of different configurations depending on how you want to display the pack. And of course you can put the F90 itself on here like it's ready to be suited up. Now it's time to move on to the main event. This is the kit everyone's here for. This is the kit everyone's talking about. The Master Grade Stark Jegan. It's P-Bandai. Of course it's P-Bandai. Everything's P-Bandai. That's not a surprise. So let's just look at this kit and see how cool it really is. So I'm pretty sure we already had a Master Grade Jegan Type D as a previous P-Bandai release. So the D-type parts here, like the shoulders, those aren't new. What is new though is all the Stark Jegan parts that are attached on top of it. So we have these gray sections on the legs, on the arms, on the shoulders, and the chest, as well as the front of the face. That's all new tooling, as is, I believe, the bazooka. One of the things that I love about these Master Grades, the older UC mobile suits, is you always get those nice, brightly colored sections for the insides of those thrusters. That's one of those details that they usually skip out on the high grades, so it's always cool to see that on the Master Grades where they give that extra pop of color. I'm sure everyone remembers that iconic moment where he rushes in to fight the Kshatriya, and despite giving up a good fight, he ultimately does get his ass kicked. It seems like there's actually a little bit of a brownish tinge to the material they're using for the missile packs. It's not quite like a flat gray. wonder what that looked like on the high grade. Yeah, it was a very different shade of gray. So the high grade had a much more neutral gray, while it seems like the master grade is going for more of a brownish color. I don't think it looks bad necessarily, it's just definitely worth noting. Looks like the cockpit opening gimmick is retained even with the new parts. It's got some little flip out Zeta style wrist missiles in his arm, beam saber storage in the other arm, again very Zeta Gundam-like. And here you can see all the accessories that he comes with. I don't think this is going to be a kit that I'm going to buy myself, but for the people that want it, I'm definitely glad it exists. Next up on the block, we got a couple of 7-Eleven exclusives. Now, I find these 7-Eleven exclusives generally to be incredibly ugly, but these two are actually kind of cool looking, or at least one of them is. Here we have the Strike Gundam. The colors on it look better than I was expecting, because like the thing is, with these 7-Eleven kits, green, orange, and white is not necessarily a bad color scheme. They just somehow manage to always lay those colors out in the absolute ugliest way possible. But for the Strike Gundam here, I think they did good. I think this actually looks like a pretty cool kit. The Nu Gundam, on the other hand, that's a different story. I think this thing looks pretty ugly. The green on the body with the white chest just looks weird. If they inverted the colors and made it with the green chest and the white armor remaining white, it might have looked okay. But as it stands, I don't think this really looks that great. These are, I believe, exclusive to 7-Eleven stores, so if you want one of these, you're going to have to get them through a middleman, through some sort of proxy service, or maybe just wait and see if one pops up on eBay. I might try and see if I can get myself one of the Strike Gundams, but the Nu Gundam itself, that's a hard pass for me. It's more than just the color layout on the model. Like sometimes the shades of green and orange they use are just really ugly. And I don't think it works here, but I think it works really well on the Strike Gundam. So this is the Lfrith Recirculation colors. It's kind of like those master grades that we got of the Exia and the Strike Gundam where they were like black and neon. This is the same thing, but for the high grade Lfrith. The black parts of it are Ecopla. I'm not sure if the neon parts are as well. It might just be the black sections. Given the way that the Ecopla recycling works, I'm not sure how they'd be able to make these bright neon colors, but I mean, if they figured out a way to do it, that's pretty cool, I guess. Just another cool color variant of the Lfrith if you want another version of the Lfrith for your collection. I'm actually a big fan of these recirculation color kits. I think some of them look really, really cool. I'm just not into the Lfrith design enough to pick this one up myself. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. This video was recorded from one of my live streams. I usually try to stream around 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 or 7 in the evening Eastern Standard Time. If you want to make sure you don't miss the next stream or any future videos I upload, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'd like to also extend a thank you to my patrons for helping make this channel possible, and a special thank you to my master grade tier patrons like Yank. If you want to join the Patreon yourself, you will gain access to cool features like full archives of past streams and early access to some new videos. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'm your host Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.